Everyone, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depending on where you're coming from. My name is Richard N, and today we are going to be talking about applying for a job on LinkedIn. And this time around, we are not just talking about applying for jobs on LinkedIn, we're going to show you how to actually be among the first top 10 that applied for a job on LinkedIn because this is important because for years now, if you notice, whenever you search for a job on LinkedIn, or when you check on the number of people that have already applied for the job, you discover that sometimes you might get told that about 100 people have actually applied for this job. And we all understand that when you start, putting yourself in the shoes of the hiring managers, of the hiring consultant, and all of those things, and all of those people that handle these job applications, you know that sometimes it can actually be very, very overwhelming, it can be very tiring. Though I know they use the ATS, I mean the ATS system and all of that to be able to track and manage all these CVs and applications. But then there is still going to be a little bit of advantage if you are able to actually be among the first to apply for such jobs. So that is why here now I've actually made a little bit of pointers that reflects or that point or that tells you about how important it is to be able to be among the first people that apply for a job. So one of the benefits of being among the first to apply for a job is that it increases your chances of landing the position because you're going to be among the first people or the first set of applicant that will be that will be paid attention to. And then the hiring process often prioritize early applicants. So this means that if you're applying as the 100th applicant or as the 80th applicant, what if the hiring manager have already made his choice already, or maybe has already sent out invitations for people that applied earlier. So that is why you need to put yourself in a position where you are going to be highly advantaged. You're going to make sure that you are among the very first few people that apply for the job. Now, it's also important for that to say that as hiring managers tend to make more decisions and offers once they find a suitable candidate, often before all applications are reviewed. Now, it says hiring processes often prioritize early applicants as hiring managers tend to make decisions and offers once they find a suitable candidate, often before all applications are reviewed. Now, what this means is that when you are among the first people that apply for a job, you are giving your in fact you in fact you've given yourself a distinct advantage in the competition for such jobs and offers. Now, in case you're still trying to know more benefits why you need to apply for a job or be among the first people that applied for a job, one of them is that you have actually increased your visibility by being among the first 10 people that apply for such job. It says early applications are more likely to be seen and considered before the flood of later applications overwhelms the hiring manager's inbox. It says first impression is another reason why you have to be among the first and early applicants. So it say you have the opportunity to make a strong first impression with your resume and cover letter, potentially letting yourself apart or potentially setting yourself apart from other candidates, right? So these are the first two. Now, in the second slide here, we have say potential for quick offer. Say companies may be more likely to make a job offer too early. Say companies may be more likely to make a job offer to early applicants, especially if the hiring manager is keen to fill the position quickly. Yes. Now, sometimes these hiring managers actually have just a short little amount of time to be able to fill these positions or to find people that can fill these vacant positions for this company. So when you are among the first set of people that actually submit your CVs and cover letters, you might get you might get considered easily. The next thing is reduce competition. So it says early bird applicants are less likely to face a large pool of candidates, yes, vying for the same position, giving you a greater chance of being selected, right? So when you are among the first people that actually, submit yourself to the pool, it means that just imagine that you are in a very long queue trying to buy petrol, and then they just opened up and you are among the first five. Of course, you know that before the full attendant is going to get tired, maybe going for lunch and all of that, you must have gotten yours and then you go away. Maybe before the before the inventory, or maybe before the volume of petrol in their tankers are exhausted, you've already bought and then you've gone away. But when you are number 100 on the queue, you'll be there, you'll be shouting, you'll be seeing a lot of things that will be annoying you and all of that. So just like in the same thing to this job market, if you're among the first people to apply or submit your application on LinkedIn, you receive a higher chance of getting considered for the job, and you also don't face much competition because those that are going to be coming behind you might actually fall on the waste bin. They might not get considered. They might start beating them about the bush, come for interview, where are you from, and all of that. But because you are submitted when the person actually needed this thing urgently, you get considered quickly. Now it says recruiter visibility. Okay. He says early application might also be more easily seen by recruiters who are actively searching for candidates for specific roles. Okay, so now this one is just five benefits that you get to enjoy when you offer or you submit application for such jobs on LinkedIn as quickly as they are being posted. So the next thing now for me is to go to my LinkedIn and then try to show you how people actually use to submit job offers and what you actually need to do to get to be the first person that gets to submit your job application, right? So I'm going to go to my LinkedIn now. I'm going to be on my browser. So this is my browser here. I'm going to go to linkedin.com. Okay, so this is my linkedin.com. Of course, if you want to apply for jobs on LinkedIn, you have to be on linkedin.com, and then you have to sign in with your account. And then when you sign in, the next thing you want to do is apply from your, apply using your, your cover letter and your resume to apply for these jobs. But then how do you search out for these jobs? So let's assume that you want to search out for maybe appointment setter and all of that. So, or maybe let's also say you want to talk. I mean, you wanted to submit application for jobs around technical support. So I'll come in here, and I'm going to click on this technical support. Okay. So technical support is actually going to be what I need to click on, and you see now, because I have been here before now and I've been searching for this before, you see that I'll be getting things like 22 hours ago and all of that. But then that is where you now start using the normal traditional method, which involves you clicking on jobs, right? Click on jobs, and then you start seeing technical. I mean, you start seeing jobs here that were for technical support, and you can see that this one is saying 2 days ago. This one, this one here is saying 2 days ago, and all of that. So this is just how this was done before now. This is just how it was done before now, and likely, like we are, like we're encouraged to do, we're encouraged to often use this filter here. We're going to use the EMEA filter here to narrow down the job to jobs around Europe, Middle East, and Africa, and so on and so forth. So this is just how we used to do it before now. And then some people will even come here where we have these dates posted here, and then they're going to put it down to 24 hours. Okay, I'm going to put it down here to 24 hours. So when you use this kind of filter now, you can actually see that it brings out jobs that were posted within the last 24 hours here. But that still is not the best, because right now, when I open this job now that was posted 19 hours ago, you can see that it says about 67 applicants already, right? And then also, when I bring out this job that was posted probably, let's say another one of maybe say 23 hours ago, you can see that it says 51 applicants here. Now, it is this small because I'm using technical support. It is quite slow because I'm using technical support. So you know that it's not everybody that can actually do technical support. And then I'm also using the experience level filter. So if I come down here and I say okay, entry level, and I click on filter, you see that the number of applicants will be much. Now see, this one now was done. This one was like this one was say customer support analyst, and it was posted 4 hours ago. But then look at the number of people that have actually applied for this job. It's about 100, right? And then look at this job here that says 2 hours ago. Look at it here. It says just one person have applied. So now, how can you now find jobs that were posted an hour ago, 24 minutes ago, and all of that? So that comes with you knowing how to actually solve mathematics, because everything you will need to do this stands right here on the screen here. Now, I want to show you something now. When you want to apply for a job, everything here that concerns the job, the time that it was posted, and then the level actually determines where you're going to be placed when you're applying for such a job. If you are going for an internship job, you can see that the result here will be quite much. A lot of people have actually started applying for, for internship roles and all of that. But then that is just one of them, right? Don't forget to set up your, your job type, whether it's going to be remote, hybrid, or on-site. Don't forget to set that correctly. But now, the thing I want you to get to do is to come to this link here. You see this link here? You're going to copy the link here, and then you're going to open your notepad. You're going to open your notepad on your laptop, and then you're going to paste that link that you copied now. Okay. Now, when you paste the link on your notepad here, you're going to put your I where it says TPR equals to arrow 86400. Okay. Now, this simply means that now this simply means that your current search was set at what? At 86,400 seconds ago. So this is actually what it means by what? By 24 hours. So what you want to do is you want to set this to the last 1 hour. How do you set that to the last 1 hour? You need to say, okay, this is 86,400 seconds. How do we convert it to an hour? So we need to bring that to our calculator, and then we can say, okay, this number here divided by what? Divided by three. I mean by 60 is equals to, and then divided by another 60 is equals to this. This is 24, right? So we're going to say, okay, uh, instead of that 86,000, we're going to put it by what? We're going to put something like 60 times what? 60, which is equals to 1 hour. Like 60 seconds makes 1 hour, right? So we're going to put it at what? 3,600 here. So I'll go to my link again, and this 86,400, I'll change it to what? 3,600. Then I'll copy everything again, and I'm going to come back here and paste it one more time. See now? So I'm pasting it one more time now. And this time you can now see that all the jobs here are within the last 1 hour. You can see that all the jobs here are within the last 1 hour. And then when you check on them, you can see that this one here has 0 applicants. So if you apply for this job, there's likelihood that you're going to be able to be among the first people that are going to apply for this job. If you submit application for this one posted 27 minutes ago, you can see that okay, this one actually has over 100 applicants already. Okay, then you can see that if you still put it up for this one here, this one is IT technical support. You can see this one has about 10 applicants. And then if you come to this 17 minutes ago, this one has just one applicant. Then this one is a CSG talent. If you click on it now, you see two applicants here. So this is just how you can actually do what? You can actually get yourself positioned such a way that when you apply for a job with your cover letter and your CV, you're at least going to get a response, or at least your profile is going to get viewed, and you stand a greater chance of getting hired. So this is just how it is done. Remember to work on your CV or your resume, work on your cover letter, ensure that they reflect whatever job you're applying for. In as much as you're applying for a technical support engineer role, this one is a level one. I mean, it's an L1 job, or whatever that level there means. So if you're applying for this job, ensure that your CV reflects whatever skill they are looking for in this place. Well, if you are going to apply for this job, ensure that your years of experience that actually relates to what they are looking for in this place. If they are looking for a job as a technical support engineer, you don't have any business submitting your CV that reflects that you are an IT support. I mean that you are a maybe virtual assistant or whatever. You don't have any business submitting that CV in this place. So you have to make sure that you tailor your CV to match what is being searched for, because it is one thing to submit early. It is another thing for your CV to match what is being searched for. So I hope this actually helps. And it's not just about this EMEA. You can still find this job with other locations, like maybe let me talk about Netherlands. Okay, if you search for Netherlands here, you're still going to find the same thing applies. So if you click on this one, I can see that this one has just 0 applicants. If you click on this IT Young Talent Program, you see that this one actually has just about 4. If you put it on this, let's say junior support engineer, you can see that this one actually has 0 applicants. So yes, it is not that there is no jobs. Perhaps you've been actually submitting your CV wrongly, or perhaps you have been doing something wrongly. So I hope this video actually helps you to put yourself in a better position when it comes to applying for jobs. And yes, I wish to also see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care of yourself. Bye bye.